everybody, it's me. It's the afternoon of Monday. You made it. Whenever you're watching this, congratulations. You made it through another Monday. And this is I just got a text. My husband's on his way. I got to make this quick. Guys, this is the second time I've done this. I don't know what happened with my phone. I got the newest phone and it's a Pro Max and it took over and then it lost it. I don't know where the file is. It's up. It's in the cloud somewhere, I think. Damn cloud. Oh, guys, sometimes I think this technology is going to drive me a little bananas, but it's all good, right? Some technology is good, except for the central bank digital coins. I'm just saying. Anyways, see, that's where I sit in the morning. Here I'm just in the other side. This is where the open heaven is. So thank you for your donations. You're going to get 100-fold. Everybody's reporting that they're getting 100-fold. It's not just me, guys. It's God showing up because he's giving you financial miracles and breakthroughs all the time. So I'm glad you're here. Please subscribe and tap the bell if you want to participate or check it out before you do anything, right? This is just a good place. We are getting updates from many sources. We wait. This will happen. We know and believe. Merry early Christmas. Keep our oven dials on the same 440 location. Do not cancel your 747 flight. Good morning, Chip City and all my worldwide friends. Ready to post the graduation announcement whenever I am contacted to do so. Always remember, whenever Okies post, there's a reason for it. Infer what you wish, guys. And I know I don't want to hear, just don't even comment if you think that's not right, because I'm just reporting what's on this site. Amen. If you have a problem with the intel, I don't know. I love you. I'm just doing my best to bring you the intel other than what God has told me, which is it's actually done now. Like it's done. But everybody wants intel. They want to hear like what the status of it is. So that's what I'm doing. I'm bringing you both the worldly perspective, 3D perspective, and the 5D perspective. Amen. For those who want both. You can join me on the lives in the morning. I go live every morning. You have to be subscribed, tap the bell, and you have to be subscribed at least 20 minutes in order to be in the chat and ask your faith and financial questions, because I answer all the questions on there as time permits. I keep getting text. Good morning, everyone. Another week of huge possibilities. We are in the most historic time ever. I agree. It is not an if, and it is a when. Just pray and win. When is this week? I am with you on that. Mark Z said he has a big week this week, so Mark's not going to be doing podcasts as scheduled in the evening this week. He'll be traveling tomorrow, so the next scheduled podcast will be Wednesday morning. Don't worry, I'm still going to be live, so hopefully you tune into me. There is next to no news coming out of Iraq right now. Have confirmation coming out of bond folks in Europe that they have indeed started the process over the weekend. What that means for our timing, he doesn't know yet. Still waiting for confirmations from Asia. He said, what I'm hearing from multiple sources is that they gave them 1% of the real amount, not the resale amount, 1% of the real amount for historic bonds. For many of these whales, it is in the trillions of dollars. Yep, always is for the whales, right? We're not whales. Have you noticed? I'm normal. Just like you. We're all in this boat together, so let's please stay positive in this boat. It's not as big as the Titanic. But what happened to the Titanic? Sorry, bad analogy. I'm a little loopy. It's late in the day. It's 3 o'clock. I didn't get a nap. This is pretty exciting that bonds are moving forward. I'm trying to get confirmations from Hong Kong for a better idea on timing. Banks and redemption centers were dead silent over the weekend. I could talk to them, but there was no information to share. Hopefully we will hear something today. Marksy said if he hears anything, he'll record a video and put it out. He will not be doing any scheduled evening podcasts this week, only as time dictates. Remember, rich bondholders are huge, and in a different bracket, the rich get richer. Of course they do. But we go shortly after, says the optimist. So it's a win-win that bonds are moving. I thought bonds did not get liquid until 4B got notifications. And Marksy said historically, they were supposed to get paid on historic bonds, fines and penalties, and all those things before the revaluation and the reset. Could they have changed this a little bit? Yes, they can change it to be whatever they want. That's why they're the haves and we're the have-nots. Amen. But remember, God's children got the wealth transfer. Okay, so we're going to get one too. So don't be downcast. God is bringing the last to the front and the front to the back. Trust me, that is this season right now. He's confirmed it to me over and over again. The last shall be first and the first shall be last. I've been last long enough. Amen. Based on what I'm hearing out of bond groups, they are getting a percentage now, and then they get the balance as gold-backed dollars. I think they are going to do it that way because they want to know things are moving and no country is going to renege on their responsibilities financially and on the historic bonds. So I think based on what I'm seeing play out and all the chatter that this is how they're going to handle it. Mark Z said everybody's frustrated. They are frustrated because Soudani made promises that one of the first things he would do is change the value. I think it is more likely that Soudani would overthrow the sitting ministers of the Central Bank of Iraq if they don't move forward, based on what I hear from my folks over there. Central banks bought 400 tons of gold is Q3. Is this really a hidden message for investors? This is what they bought on the books. This is what is reported. So we know there is quite a bit off the books too. That was also purchased and not from the normal gold exchanges. If gold is bought from private individuals or from the mines, we don't hear about it. We do know that 300 tons went to China specifically. This is huge. What do the central banks know that those who are not awake don't know? The folks still asleep don't have a clue, but we can read the signs. In the end, the dollar goes to zero and the U.S. defaults. This is a good one I want to share again, back to the fundamentals. They need something tangible. There is no way to avoid the final collapse of the boom brought on by credit expansion. This is a fantastic read, and it goes into the history and how every time we've tried fiat and debt bubbles, it collapses and they have time to come up with the new commodity-based money. It's a zerohedge.com markets fund Greer's and dollar goes zero U.S. defaults article. If it is backed by commodities or actual assets, it is money. If it is fiat and backed by nothing, it is currency. Currency is kind of like an electrical current. It breaks anywhere. Guys, yeah, that's the standing problem. However, they do have another way out, and that's the central bank digital currencies, where they could just reset the system using nothing but the same fiat system on the blockchain. I'm just saying, there's not only one way this can go. Amen? Anybody else thinking for themselves? I'm just saying. I'm not being negative. That's my realistic part, right? But God, right? God is allowing you to take the money and run. That's what he told me. Take the money and run. That was his message. Simon Parks is saying all is ready. HSBC will lead the bank. Redemption alert will come from Temple, Texas, not Reno. I hear indictments and we hear all that. Let's see what happens. Kim Clement said the fall would be in the fall, which ends in 2 days. Yep, he did. He also said it would look the worst ever. And to me, a financial person who sees the bigger picture, this looks pretty bad. And then the moderator said, may the tears you cried in 2022 water the seeds that you're planting in 2023. Amen. I'm not giving up on this year yet. I'm just saying. I'm not. I believe it's now because God told me it was now. The news this period is almost all about corruption in Iraq and what they plan to do about it. There is no way out of the corruption schemes unless the currencies auctions end. To end them, they will have to reinstate the dinar and trade it globally. Why won't the IMF or the U.S. take responsibility and do the reinstatement? It is because of all the corruption. It all goes back to what comes first, the cart or the horse. In other words, do they reinstate the dinar and then hope the corruption will end, or do they do the corruption first, reducing the risk of failure if the reinstatement? I believe they've taken the second option. According to Pimpy, this is Pimpy. Pimpy, you're cool, babe. Really are cool. We both think the same, I think. It'll be interesting to watch our interview together. We planned it already. We're going to do it on Wednesday, so be aware for that. That'll be good. Comment down below if you can't wait to see that one. That'll be fun. Al-Sudani appears to be the real deal Holyfield. A lot of things happening at the same time. Do I think they're going to change the rate anytime soon before the 5 years? We're just about to the halfway point anyways. Do I think it's going to happen before the 5 years? I absolutely do. There's going to be some astronomical change. No. I still think it's going to go up in increments. That's Pimpy's thing. We'll see. We'll see who's right. The first step is going to restore it back to its original rate of 11.90. I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy. The news I report is not negative. It's realistic. Hang tight. It's coming. I understand, Pimpy. It's not negative. It's realistic, right? So I just can't wait until we get together and do a show. It's going to be fun, Pimpy. Thanks for your talk today. It was awesome. I enjoyed it thoroughly. There's no denying that there will be a ton of news regarding the exchange rate of the Iraqi dinar, but there are people out there mixing up the truth with BS. I agree. What is not being told to you is that the dinar is losing value as the people over there at the central bank are making changes to the banking system. I agree with them completely on that. I wish you guys could have been a fly on the wall when Pimpy. I wish I had a recording of what Pimpy and I talked about. Oh my gosh, it flew. Time flew talking to him. I cannot wait, Pimpy. I'm excited for Wednesday. If you're not prepared for the Iraqi investment to mature, it might be pure hell for you when you realize what you have to go through, not only with our government, but with your friends and family and everybody else. You're going to be targeted, but the worst will come from our government. Give to Uncle Sam what belongs to him. Give the rest to God. Amen. That was Frank. We could be years at a controlled float. That was a comment. And Frank says, no, in my opinion, they'll probably get it capped within 6 months. It's going to explode the moment they get it at the international world. Everybody's going to use it. They're all salivating for it. I could see that being the case. Caparoni. Iraqi economist, whatever his name is, stated that Iraq cannot return to the dinar to its previous 1170 for 5 years because it's bound to the white paper and it's an obligation for the government, so it cannot be. They've all said the same thing in the same way for 5 years. Pimpy said we're halfway there, right? K and G. Vietnam is doing business internationally with less than toilet paper exchange rate. We may need to rethink the idea that Iraq can't do international business on a program rate. I know. I agree with that. I agree. We see many encouraging articles showing a rate change, but this particular may need some additional opinion, in my opinion. Okay, now we get to Mr. SP, Mr. Simon. Simon says, Germany is on the verge of collapse. Yep. They are already turning off the street lights in most major cities. All the government buildings are shut down because they are being targeted by Russia to receive less fuel. I think that they are desperate for a way out, and you might see Germany as the first country to go into BRICS. Yep. Host. Listen, folks, if Germany goes, they are the backbone of the entire Euro economy. They are the biggest moneymaker and probably the biggest contributor. We have countries like Greece, Portugal, Spain, Italy, etc., who are all looking for financial aid and help. So if Germany falters because of this fuel situation from Russia, which Trump warned them about and then laughed at him, so I think Germany will be the first to collapse. I think that would be another marker stone for what is about to come with the revaluation and the redistribution, because once Germany fails and they go into the BRICS system and they start using gold as their financial backed asset to cure their fuel and help their citizens warm, then it is the green light to ask, okay, who's next? That is because they will all fall. Countries like France, Belgium, Holland, and northern countries up around the Baltic. I was at an Insider Do, which actually had a lot of collective consciousness members. I'm a member of that, actually. I get emails, but I don't go. I just haven't yet. I'm not sure I want to get into that whole... I try to keep myself away from all the different conferences and stuff. I want to stay pure so I can see things purely. Just saying. I do. Whatever. They had a guy who's supposedly a compliance officer for the quantum financial system. He's a guy that I'd met before. He was very gracious and was authorized to say a few words. If you think there's going to be a great announcement, you are not. You're not wrong. I think they missed a word. So although he did not give any dates about when it was going to happen, and of course he would not, it was fantastic that a very high-ranking officer was prepared and authorized to give a speech. Charlie does have a boss, spoke during the Insider Do. When one of the major former presidents was assassinated, the good guys created some commemorative banknotes. I don't know where they're going with that, so I'm not going to say that anymore. It says back then they're saying they were already preparing for this. They did the same thing with Zimbabwe. They produced the special blue notes, which are considered bonds rather than the notes. So this is a massive operation. He asked the compliance officer if this was the last Christmas we were going to be in this position, and they all said yes. I hope they're telling the truth this time. Amen. I just hope they're telling the truth this time. I can't give everyone a date. I am really confident that it is not very far away. We should expect that the geopolitical situation to mirror the release of the RV. Amen. Guys, that's what I have for you. That is that summary. That is not what I discuss on my Financial Ninja appointments. If you want more clarity from my perspective, we'll talk about it offline. Amen. God bless you.